Hello everybody, this is a recording at night time. I hope the light will be good enough. And today I received 3 test prints for my color along instruction projects. And I will not tell you what it's going to look like, but this is what I received today, and I did a little bit of testing already with the colored pencil. And now the thing is that I need to figure out which paper is best for colored pencil and for watercolor. It could well be that although I hope that I will find a paper type that will suit both colored pencils and watercolor, but it could well be that different types of paper match the different media better, but that's of a later issue. Let's first do some testing. When I received another set of paper with prints on it, and that were colored prints in color, and this is black and white. It then turned out that in many cases the ink is erasable. So now I will test it with this Derwent eraser. It's an electrical eraser. It's a beautiful device. And let's see what happens if I use this. Now I hope you can see it, but on this particular paper type the ink holds perfectly, which makes me very, very happy. So let's test the other one. This one. This is a paper type that works beautifully with watercolor, and it does do colored pencil also. Now with the previous colored ink test page, there was a huge problem with this paper, but now no problem at all. This is really good. This is such good news. Ooh, this is exciting. And this is the last one. This is a bigger size. Let's see. There is no problem at all. So, when it comes to erasing, all 3 passed the test, and I will do another check with this hand eraser. Oh. And there's absolutely nothing happening to the ink, so the ink is very stable. I'm so happy about that. So, all 3 paper types and the ink passed the test when it comes to the eraser, and that means that for sure it can these paper types can work for colored pencil. Now let's do a little bit of testing with watercolor. Why not? Let's just do this one first. This is a 300 grams paper. It is called Old Dutch, and it is if I say it literally, if I translate it literally, it is like scooped up, and that is why it has this rough edge, which I find charming. but this is very expensive paper. Because this paper is so expensive, it well, it may not pass the test. I'm paying for this project myself, so I have to invest my own money into it because I'm doing this without a publisher. So I need to think about the costs, of course. This is plain water, and this is just to see if the ink can handle water. If it cannot, then a gray slur, there will be gray on the paper. But it looks like nothing is happening. And again, that is such good news. Absolutely good news. Now let's give it a little bit of color to see what happens. I will add a bit of water to the leaf first, and then see how that behaves. Now I also want to know what it looks like when it dries, so I will let this dry right now, and then let's go to the other another paper type. So this one goes away, and here's the other one. This paper type is also like 300 grams. I believe that the Old Dutch is a little bit heavier, but this one is 300 grams, it is said, and this has, as you can see, this has a pattern, vertical lines in the paper, and it is very white. It is, look, different in color. This is truly white, but because of the lamplight here, it looks a bit warm, but it is really white. And there's a little bit of cotton in this paper, and that is very promising when it comes to watercolor. But I will first test the ink. So I will take a clean brush and add water to it. And again, nothing is happening. Very, very good. So I will now add a little bit of water to part of the leaf and then add the same color to it. Look at that. And let's see how it dries. Let's see if we can see a difference already. No, it's too early to say. This needs to dry first. Now this paper type, I already tested it a little bit with colored pencil. And the colored pencil looks absolutely gorgeous, I have to say, but I will talk to you about that in a couple of minutes. First of all, let's test the ink lines. So I will take a clean brush again. Let's see what happens. Nothing happens. That is so cool. You know, I am so excited now. Oh, do I see something happening? Do you see what I see? Let's try again. It seems that small particles of black are, but it could also be that the top layer of this look, the top layer of this paper is coming off, so that is something to keep in mind. Now I know in the famous book Painterly Days this can happen also if you are not careful. So you know you don't want it, but how bad is it? So let's give it some water and see what happens. Now for this paper I expect that this is not so good for watercolor because it is very smooth, and you know, watercolor wants a paper type that soaks the water up a little bit. That may be difficult on this paper type. Now the paper type of my dreams will be able to do both colored pencil and watercolor very well, but well, maybe that is just not going to happen, and then I will have to make a choice. What is more important, watercolor or colored pencil, or should I launch two different lines, a watercolor instruction line and a colored pencil instruction line? So a lot to think about. So let's now take the other. This needs to dry a little bit more, and this one is not completely dry either, so I'll give it a couple of minutes and then I'll get back to you.